so you played. Did you committed to play at Leeds McRae?
Yeah.
All right, but talk about the heart condition, man, that ended your playing career, and how did you mentally process that shift and find that path forward, man?
I felt like, man, just getting there, I didn't even think I would even get a chance to play college basketball coming out of high school, just because, my stats weren't really the greatest.
Right.
I was always just a kid who worked super hard. So getting there and just knowing that, you lose all that weight over those 3-4 years to prepare for that moment. And you've always been that guy to be in the gym 2 to 3 times a day. So getting to school we started preseason workouts late August. 3 weeks into the preseason workouts, I started to really have like some heavy chest pains, but I'm thinking like nothing of it. So the more we got into it, going into that 4th week leading to the beginning of October, I got through the whole September, going into the beginning of October, first practice is really the 3rd week of October for D2s. So going into that 1st week of October, I really started to have those bad chest pains again, bad breathing problems. So, so I went to the doctor, started to get EKGs and everything, and stuff came back smooth, where it was just saying, most athletes have slower heartbeats, irregular heartbeats, but we could never get down to the point of like why it was hard for me to really breathe up there and where the heavy chest pains was coming from. So they continued to just told me I had to kind of just wait a couple of months, red shirt, and I got another EKG done going into January of 2017. So I really went ahead and took the time to go ahead and just red shirt that whole year. So once I started to have those problems, in my head throughout that whole year that I red shirted, I always had the mindset of, man, I'm just getting through this year of red shirt.
Right.
And all this stuff is going to pass over. So it really hit, I think, in March when, you having that conversation with the coaches of, the whole season that went by. And it's no need for you to really come back here because you didn't play here. You haven't really got clear. So what's the word? That's just the business of college basketball. I didn't understand.
I was about to ask you, like, as a kid though, like,
you don't understand.
What was that feeling, bro?
I'll say, man, it was one of those things where it hit your core different. Where it's like, bro, this thing go with.
Right.
Like you get ready to have to go find a 9-to-5, or what are you gonna do? Now that this playing career is over, because you can continue to wait on. Continue to go to the doctor, continue to get the same test results, continue to just what if, and then put myself out there as a freshman that redshirted, didn't really have the greatest high school stats. So what great film do you have outside of AAU? Yeah, AAU was good, but it wasn't like at that time I was playing on a whole bunch of live peers and stuff. Right. So it was one of those things where that reality set in, and I just sat to myself where I still continue to just work out. But like it's just those nostalgic visions of being in that gym, man, and just wishing that you had those moments at 12 a.m., 1 o'clock in the morning, you sneaking in the gym at Leeds McRae, wishing you had those moments of just having that jersey on in front of all those peoples and just out there visioning yourself coming off these screens, running these plays. And you tell people those things and they think you just, man, now he being extra. No, those are the things that I've always been the guy who worked way harder than everybody, but never seen the reward. Right. So it's like, you used to vision those moments and you like thinking like, oh yeah, I'm finally here in college basketball. Now's my time to go into this. So to see that it was all over, it was like just one of those things, man, where I ain't have really no choice but to just still like, just go to God for real. Yeah. Like all reality, I probably took 2 weeks away from basketball, but I always found myself still watching it, still maybe dribbling and stuff. Yeah. So it's like you could never get away from it. And I know it sounds cliche, but that's really just what it was for me. No. That's really just what it was for me. Cause that, your what are you still working for? What am I still getting in the gym 2-3 times a day for? Yeah. That's what I was really looking at it as, but I don't know. Something in my perspective just shifted around that March standpoint after I had that conversation with the coaches. Yeah.
What do you, and your story is a testimony, bro, to your resiliency. And you're not the only person that's probably has gone through this as a player, and I know it's very difficult. What do you say, even from a health standpoint? I'm sure there's a lot of players that just deal with different situations that kind of cause them to stop playing. What advice do you have for players out there that are really battling that mentally?
I'll say so I'm gonna touch on the physical then.
Okay.
I'll say so from a physical standpoint, taking care of your body to the best of your abilities as possible. So, regularly going to the doctor, getting those physicals. If there's something wrong, making sure you're getting physical therapy. So, things like that, taking care of your body. But from a mental standpoint, you have to really get into a point of whatever your safe haven is, I think.
Yeah.
Different people have things outside of whatever their gift is, especially with us outside of basketball, where it's a safe haven for us, where we're able to think and kind of process where we're at, where we are in life, or whatever the moment is for us, or wherever the season is for us. We always have that safe haven where we can kind of process it, take that time to ourselves, and when we come back, it's like, okay, I'm ready to kind of face whatever it is in that moment. So I'll say the biggest thing is, from a mental standpoint, taking the time to yourself to really, really regroup to be effective out here, I'll say. And then, being open, I like therapy for people. You
For
know
sure.
what I'm saying? Being open
I'm a huge advocate for therapy, and I go myself.
Yeah,
For
bro.
sure.
Yeah, like therapy,
You
whatever.
can't figure all of this stuff out on your own, man.
Especially us as men, too.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, because it's just that stigma of, man, nah, well, I got it, man. I ain't got to talk to nobody. But a lot of times,
Or even just for our culture.
Yeah, that's
Black
it.
people don't go to therapy.
Yeah.
You know what I
Or
mean?
the
It's a stigma for us, and it's just very unhealthy.
Yeah.
And it leads to a lot of depressions and the health diseases and stuff like that, when, it's okay.
Facts.
It's okay to talk to somebody and let that off your chest, and let that hate out you, and it's okay. We got one of these things to live, and we here for a short period of time. You know what I mean? So you gotta make the most of it. You gonna wake up mad every day for what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What do you get out of that?
Yeah, nothing. So that's dope, bro.